Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. I had to put a few extra notes in there so it doesn't sound exactly like the Johnny Carson theme. I don't want.
Exactly.
I don't have to pay ASCAP fees
Next.
or filings. Keep the feds off our backs.
We have enough trouble, Tom. We don't need that.
Who's out there? Who's going to spill the beans on us? Galen, is that you?
I mean, Galen's a force. You never know.
I hope she's not telling the feds. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having this show, Mr. Wise. Mr. Tom Wise, is your hair okay?
I think it's
Okay.
a little bit beyond okay, if you don't mind me saying.
I mean, I didn't want to,
I don't toss the word perfect around very often, but I was going to fix it, and I go, what's the fix?
Thank goodness you're having a podcast right now so everybody can see it.
No kidding. Hey, let me fiddle with the mic for 30 minutes. It'll be fun.
Yeah, that's super fun to watch. So this is the Wise and McKinesy show, and we're going to unpack some shit.
Unpack some shit.
What would you like to unpack?
We got a lot of stuff. We had such a list last week, or was it Friday?
Yes, it was Friday.
Sorry for the late. I had a busy afternoon. The girls came over. We went over to T-Mobile to see if we could upgrade our phones.
Ooh.
Yep, I had.
That's a thing.
Yeah, had stuff going on all afternoon, and plus Tractor Supply finally nailed that down and started filling out that application. So, usually we do the podcast around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, but the day was gone.
So this show is Wise and McKinesy After Dark.
That's right, After Dark. Wow.
After dark.
Well, yet the ad still goes, right?
Yeah, we'll use our After Dark voice.
Everybody sounds like Barry White. Yeah, baby.
That's
all
right.
Let's see if I've got some topics.
Yes, what are they?
Boys of Summer, flowers, boob-colored glasses,
yes,
short money, Zoomer on the family, and Venmo.
Venmo. Okay. Are we going to pick the top 2? I'll read. I have so many today. There's no way. Okay, so I have Tropical Storm, because we're getting hit right now. Pets versus partners.
Pets?
Pets, pets.
Oh, pets.
Pets versus partners.
I thought you were getting political.
Nope. I don't have time for that. First dates.
Ooh.
Sexy talk versus love language.
Uh-huh.
And what's your comfort zone?
Oh, I like that. I like all of those. Let's start with first dates.
Okay. So I've had a lot of first dates, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you get to know somebody. I think sometimes more than one date, but if you're really not clicking, I think you can decide. I don't know. You know what I'm saying, Tom?
Did you ever leave a date and thinking the guy thinks, oh, mine, the guy thinks I'm going to say yes if he calls me up again, and it's going to be a hard no, and you're wondering why the disconnect?
Yes. I want to talk about one of those really briefly. For a short time, when I first moved to New York about 8 years ago, I tried out Tinder, right? And so my very first Tinder date was with a guy who was supposedly a teacher, and he seemed, not like a monster. And so I thought, well, if you're not a monster, we most certainly must go out and have some coffee. So everybody told me don't do Tinder. It's just about sex. And then other people were like, no, it's evolved, blah, blah.
Not like it's a bad thing. Go on.
So we met for coffee in the middle of the day, right? It happened to be when my sister Kira was visiting. So I told the guy, I gave it a limit, right? Like, oh, let's just meet for an hour. My sister's here. And then I told my sister, check out the dude just in case it's weird, like be in the zone, right? Just be in the zone. That's my first Tinder date in New York.
Absolutely. Your car keys were clutched in your hands.
Well, I mean, this is why I wanted to meet during the day in, public place, all those things, right? Because as we all know, men, when they go on a Tinder date, they're worried that we're going to be fat. Women are worried we're going to be murdered. And so there was different concerns when we go out on this date. So this was
all equal.
All equal. So the guy was clearly 10 to 15 years older than his photo.
Is there like a Tinder cop you can call?
I was disappointed. I get we want to present our best selves, but you and I have had this talk. I feel like I do have a lot of pictures because of my job, but I would rather them be pleased with my real life presence as opposed to, wow, your picture looks better.
Right. Undersell, overproduce.
Yeah.
I was on Tinder the other day. I was watching this woman grow old before my eyes. Oh, that's nice. Oh, there we go. Oh my.
And
Because three different pictures from 3 different decades.
here's the thing. I don't lie about my age. I talk about it openly all the time. I'm 59 years old.
What? I can't talk to a woman that age, that old.
I know.
I can't be seen.
This is why I get the 70-year-olds going, you're lucky you got me. You quit being so fussy. And so
settle in and settle down.
Honest about my looks, even though I color my hair.
You're gorgeous.
But I wear false eyelashes, you know what I mean? I do stuff.
Of course.
I've never had surgery or anything, but here's the thing. I want to be honest.
Except for that sixth toe. That doesn't count, though.
But I want to be honest because I don't want someone to meet me in real life and be disappointed, right?
Of course.
I don't know what he was thinking, but I was clearly disappointed because he was much older. And he said he was like 40. There was no way he was 40.
You know what? I do a bad job every time after I meet somebody. I said, you really got to control your reaction. You need to, not have that initial what shock look when she,
I tried to be kind, but as soon as I saw him, I thought, well, this isn't going to last very long because to me, you're a liar. You're a liar.
He's going to dazzle you with his personality, Belinda.
And that's what he thought he was going to do. And so basically, I mean, I'll cut it short, but basically here's what happened.
No.
I was very honest. I said, you are my first Tinder date. And here's what he said.
And I'll be your last.
He was up 15 years older than his picture. He says, well, you're lucky you got me because Tinder dates are terrible. And thankfully you got me because you're not really going to get any better. He told me I wasn't going to get any better than him. And he wasn't joking. Because at first I laughed. He goes, no,
He's dropping truth bombs.
Oh. So right away I was like, you're repulsive. There's no way I'm going to get along with you. But, I sat there and here's basically how the date went. Oh, I'm so glad we're meeting at this coffee shop because this is a part of Brooklyn where I used to take my ex and I really hope she pops by and sees me with you because you're so beautiful. I think he thought he was complimenting me. You talked about your ex in the first 30 seconds and you want to make your ex jealous? What
am I, a tool?
Apparently. And so we had this conversation and to me it was awkward. I was kind to him. I didn't just sit there and go, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was kind to him. We met for an hour and I said, oh, my sister, blah, blah, blah. Okay, bye. Within seconds, as he walks out the door, I get a text. Oh, this was great. I just loved it. Thank you, Melinda. We have to get together. And so I wrote back immediately and I said, I'm very sorry. I don't see a romantic connection here, but it was a pleasure meeting you, which I thought was honestly gracious. I could have gone after him, but it's not my job to fix this guy.
The world's a tough place.
And so he deleted me immediately he was very upset. He deleted. Yeah. And it's like, okay, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, but I felt like I was kind.
You know what? It's funny because I was on a Facebook. There's a Tampa singles thing I pop in every now and again, right?
Okay.
And it's like, why do people ghost? Well, frankly, women in particular don't want to get into, why we're not going out again, with some idiot who wants to argue about your perception of him,
Right. I can't make that kind of investment into a stranger. That's not my job.
I'm not here to correct you. It's just, it's got to work for everybody. It doesn't work for, believe me, I've had those, hard to believe, but I've had those scenarios where women have rejected me. I believe it or not.
No, that's a lie. That is just a lie, Tom. Nice try for trying to make me feel better.
And I had the hundreds in my pockets and everything. I did the hundreds trick. Here, here. Yeah, we're crying at the movie. Here, try $100 bill.
There you go. So I know from speaking to you before.
Yes.
You've had some instances where the photos maybe didn't match.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
And tell me why you think that happens. Do you really?
They think they're going to dazzle you with their personality. Then I'm the shallow one. I had a picture of a woman who was standing in Times Square.
Okay.
It looked like, an aerobics instructor built like Raquel Welch. Okay.
Fine. That's pretty good.
She comes rolling in. I drove all the way to her location, probably about 40 minutes. She was about 8 minutes away from that location.
That was nice.
She comes rolling in with her stomach hanging out over her belt, sweating.
Ooh. Did she acknowledge
No. I did 20 minutes into the thing. I'm just like, hey, your pictures are a little bit different. Oh yeah. I couldn't figure out how to put a more current picture on the show. But yet you could figure out how to put these pictures on. It's amazing how technology kind of waves in and waves out. It's kind of like a wave.
I appreciate being lied to. That was a lie. That was a lie.
She couldn't figure out how to get fresh pictures on for Tinder.
And so what do you really think? Because I'm a woman. I can't imagine hoping that a man would see me looking worse than the photo because he clearly went after he didn't go after my personality. He went after the photo. How can I possibly think that is going to... Patrick's picture is popping up. Is Patrick joining us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Where's your video?
I don't know. Who does this?
Click the video.
It seems impossible.
I love how Patrick has his model.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, that picture was from 30 years ago.
Look at Patrick.
I didn't even fix my hair. Look at I'm a mess.
Get out. Call back. Call back later.
Okay, so Patrick is Tom's brother. These are the wise guys, and this was the team that had What a Show on the radio together.
You made the right choice.
I'm very sad that we're not doing that anymore.
We're doing it right now. Hang on, Patrick. You're coming in at the end of a story. Melinda was finishing her point. Then we'll bring you in. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Please carry on.
And then everybody finished the blowjobs, and it was.
That was it. It was a mess. Have paper towels for everyone.
What's gray and comes in pints? An elephant.
Okay, get off the show. We're not doing that shit here. God damn it.
You started with the blowjobs. What are the rules here?
We were talking about those types.
We were talking about first dates.
About piping and guide people on a flute. Come on. We're talking about musical instruments.
Patrick, have you ever gone on a date where...
Have you ever gotten a blowjob? I mean, go ahead. What's your question?
What is that? Yeah, go ahead, Melinda.
It's not called it's called a job for a reason, guys. It's not called blow fun or blow happy.
Okay, this show's gone completely.
You blew it. You blew it.
No, so Patrick, have you ever gone on a date? All of us are single, so we can talk about these things. Have you ever gone on a date where the photo was lovely, and when you saw them in real life, perhaps it didn't match?
Yeah, I've dabbled very lightly in the internet dating.
Okay.
So I think the last time I tried that was 7 or 8 years ago, and it was.
Did you say minutes? Because it was minutes for me.
Did I say minutes?
Look, there's 2 right there.
No, you said years. It's
years.
Years.
Yeah. So yeah, and she looked like pretty much.
Oh, that's an exciting story. Thanks for
sharing.
Well,
I didn't bring it up. I wanted to talk about this garlic. I bought this garlic today.
Yeah, go on.
Look at that. Okay, they call this an elephant garlic.
Okay.
It was
you're tying in your first comment with your second comment.
Here's the normal garlic.
Yeah.
How could I not buy this?
I mean,
keep on walking.
Patrick, your life is full. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, my God. Who needs women? Man's got garlic and plenty of it.
Oh my gosh, I even have a thing.
Ugh.
Look at that.
It's a mess.
The chocolate chip.
Patrick, are you going to do trivia or 2 truths and a lie or anything?
I did prepare something. Yeah, I did prepare something to get us back on that track.
So
are you ready? So these are 2 truths and 1 lie.
May I give a little historic context here?
Yes, please.
Patrick, Melinda, and I were on WTAN. Gosh, that's going to be 10 years ago, right? 8 years ago?
I ran into a guy 3 days ago who was familiar with TAN, a radio guy.
In Clearwater, and we bought the time. I think it was $600 a month to be on for 4 hours, 1 hour a week for, there you go, 4 weeks. And then we had a nice little show. It was broadcast in the area. It was mostly me and Melinda, but Patrick was our third wheel, color man, brought us in, got us out, played all the music, and also was the king of trivia with this game that I thought he made up. But I was not familiar with it, and it's fun. 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah. And Patrick also is very well known around our fan club.
Very well known.
For speaking about scattergraphs. It's something fans still talk to me about. So, and stealing things in carbonite. And Patrick made quite an impression on the.
And how?
I still make scattergraphs. So.
Yeah, I made one this afternoon.
Just today.
Yeah, I needed a mop.
Patrick.
No, I love the 2 truths and a lie. It was the favorite part of the show.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. So I'm going to give you 3 band names. Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
Everyone's familiar. Def Leppard.
Yes.
Tame Impala.
Who?
Okay. Tame Impala. It's one of these newer bands. You probably
Tame Impala.
Tame Impala. These are all examples of oxymoron band names.
Oh.
Okay, so that's my first statement.
Okay.
The second one I have is the longest anyone has gone without eating any food. The record is
Jesus.
over a year. Someone went over a year eating no food.
No food. Okay.
And speaking on the food subject, I cannot eat an entire bag of barbecued potato chips in one sitting, one large
So
bag.
2 of those statements are truth, and 1 is a lie.
Yes.
So the truth is either those 3 band names exist and they're oxymorons, did you say?
Correct.
And is the truth that a man can actually go a year without eating, or you yourself personally can't eat an entire bag of barbecue potato chips?
Too much.
And so is that it? I mean, those are
That's
the
it.
3.
Yeah, you summarized it well.
Melinda, go ahead, make your one. Which one do you think is the lie?
I can eat an entire bag of barbecue chips. I know Patrick can. The food thing, I think it's just Patrick likes to do these little behind the scenes like mysteries. So he just said food. It could be a liquid diet of different things. So I'm gonna say
solid food. I'll be clear.
So but you can.
I mean, like milkshakes allowed?
Water and electrolytes. That's it.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
So if the guy can a guy last a year on Gatorade essentially? Gatorade.
Not even Gatorade. Electrolytes.
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna go for the band. I'm gonna say that's the lie.
The band is the lie? There's no way you could live a year without eating.
I'm gonna believe it.
That's the lie.
No,
a year without eating, you'd be beyond your birth weight.
Patrick does.
You could lose 40 pounds in a month without eating.
I'm saying it's true.
Are we all dialed in? This is your final answer?
Wait a minute. I mean, are there any calories in electrolytes?
No. I mean, nothing.
Nominal.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be 800 pounds in order to survive.
A lot. He didn't give us the entire background story. This is what Patrick
I'm just saying, you'd have to start out being really, really, really heavy in order to last the year, because you generally burn about 3 pounds a day just by sitting in a chair.
No.
Blah, blah, math. I'm sticking with it.
So 3 pounds times 300 days, that's already 900 pounds.
I'm so bored.
Can't be done. You're dead, I tell you. You're dead after. Jesus made it for 40 days.
So, Melinda, you're saying that they are not the oxymoron band names.
That's what I'm saying.
Thomas, you are saying no one can go over a year without eating.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm right.
So now, did I summarize those answers correctly?
Yes.
You did.
You're both wrong. The only lie there was that I cannot eat an entire bag of chips.
Come
Of course
on.
I can. I just did.
I don't believe you.
I know.
No. You got to believe the opposite, Melinda. He says he can't eat a whole bag. That means he can eat a bag. That's a lie.
Yeah. So you kind of hit it correctly right off the bat.
So you're telling me there's a man that went a whole year without eating?
But the guy was a Scottish guy. He weighed 456 pounds.
Okay, I was right on the first end that you better have a lot of pounds going into this deal.
Right.
He dropped to 180 pounds.
Wow.
382 days.
Cheese and crackers. He didn't even eat that.
27-year-old man.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Let's just think about what his skin looked like.
Here's the other, the other reason I went for that one is because I've studied with Buddhist monks and I've listened to some of their stories. They've gone long periods of time without any type of food. So I know that it can be done. So I know that it's painful.
How come you're keeping this explanation until now? Why didn't you release it before you made your pick?
Oh, that might have helped Tom.
You don't know everything about me.
Tell me more about the Buddhist monks. I'm interested.
I have some great Buddhist monk stories, some great meditation stories where when I was meditating, the monk actually spoke to me when we were both meditating. And then when we woke up, he asked me the answer to the question that he asked me when we were both meditating. It was very...
No way.
Way.
El Diablo.
Right before I got on here, I was watching a David Blaine video.
Oh, yeah.
And he was with who is that hottie from Wolf of Wall Street? What's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street. Oh.
Wolf of Wall Street, with the guy.
Blonde.
Remember the guy, Leonardo?
Yes, but the babe.
Yeah, she was also in that Hollywood movie too.
She was in that. She was in she's
Australian.
Harlequin, I think. Is she? I thought she was English, but I can hear.
Oh, I'm sure I know who it is, but I don't know. So what happened on David Blaine?
Well, it was incredible. It was like she was reading her mind. And if you believe it,
I love those up. I love magic tricks.
Of course, she's an actress, so she could have been just pretending.
No, I think there are definite...
Margot Robbie,
good poll.
Okay, yes. I mean, from what I've heard about magic tricks, Tom left. He got mad because he lost.
Well, he started fantasizing about Margot Robbie. He needed a...
Patrick, let me back in. Let me back in, Patrick. Don't do that again on me.
What happened? I'm not in control.
You're in control. You clicked me off.
I didn't click anything. You're
kidding.
Out of order.
I'm kidding. I hit the cord.
You can't handle the truth. No, but partially in magic, I was watching videos a while ago about how magicians make decisions, and it's a lot of analogy based on statistics, on common answers, and what you know about the person. And I was watching a video about, I'm going to embarrass myself because you guys are both so smart. Is it called AI, where it's the robot stuff?
Artificial intelligence?
Yes, they actually have robots now that can do magic because they gauge your answers based on your... Bye, Tom. It's not that boring. It's a good story.
Call me back when somebody says something interesting.
No, but check this out. The robot can sense your pupils dilating, how fast you blink, and your heart rate, so they can tell when you're lying. And so the probability of their guessing is really high. Like they can guess card tricks and stuff. Check it out on the internet. It's fascinating.
Amazing.
Really fascinating.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
So
coming
would you
back.
go in for that wire that Elon Musk wants to put in everyone's head?
Is that a thing?
It's going to be a thing pretty soon. They're just going to insert this wire. It's going to go into your hypothalamus.
What could go wrong?
I can't imagine anything going wrong with
I hope I'm one of the first.
Based on what he named his baby, I'm not listening to anything that guy says. No.
What did you name the baby?
I don't know, a bunch of letters and symbols.
Would you marry him if he asked you right now with his billions of dollars?
You wouldn't marry him?
No.
You wouldn't marry him? Say, you know what? I'll roll the dice with you, Elon.
No.
A good-looking guy, successful.
I don't like him. You can't buy me.
Ah!
This vagina's not for sale. No.
Elon Musk gets on this conference call and he bends his knee. He says, I've had it with Grimes. Melinda.
It's a diamond as big as your fist.
It's Melinda I want.
Why would I marry him and let him control me? I like being my own boss.
Maybe you want to go to Mars.
Yeah, one-way trip.
Maybe you guys want me to go to Mars. I'm not going.
We could send one man to the moon. Why can't we send them all?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, no, you did not.
Patrick, are you sticking around for the next question?
Yes, let's do questions. It's time for
topics.
Well, we didn't even discuss the other oxymorons. You know what oxymoron is?
Go finish your story.
It's like it's
I'm gonna disconnect. I'll be back.
all right, forget it. We'll move on.
Go on. Go on.
Well, Led Zeppelin, a Zeppelin is a floating
Right.
dirigible. If it's made of lead, it wouldn't float.
Yes.
A leopard has keen hearing. If it's deaf, it's not effective. Deaf
Yeah.
leopard. That's it. Like, these are oxymorons. Tame impala. No impala can be tamed.
Wow. You know what? I want to seal that in carbonite. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's not. It's interesting. You know?
Patrick, I got bad news. We ran a scatograph. Nobody's interested.
It's a flaccid reaction.
It happens, buddy. It happens to the best of us.
You can't have a scatograph without scat. That was a pretty shitty.
What's your topic?
Want me to do a topic?
Well, yeah, you had like 10 of them.
Oh, short money is my next topic that I'm going to pick.
Okay.
What? What is it?
We've already done a lot of math, and I thought you were going to do the boob one.
All right, boob. So you asked me which one I wanted to do next, but yet you know the one you wanted to do next.
Well, I was hoping.
It's a setup. It's a trap.
I was hoping you would do what I want, so I gently guided you.
What do you, I'm not a monk. I'm not a Buddhist. I can't read your mind.
I will tell you that story later. It's completely fascinating.
Here's an interesting phenomenon: boob-colored glasses.
Yes.
The effect that, especially for women, I think,
Okay.
how they're treated a certain way if they're attractive in their 20s and 30s, and then that whole not so whatever anymore starts to fade, and everyone's confused. The same type of thing, I think, with an attractive man. I know that it's that show with Alec Baldwin about 30 Rock.
Yes.
And they had a guest. John Hamm was a guest, and everybody treated him special because he's handsome.
Sure.
And he thought everybody gets treated this way. And, you know,
Right.
it was an interesting thing for him to realize that that
Yeah.
people aren't nice to people generally. They're
Yes.
generally nice to attractive people.
Yes.
But it's interesting phenomena. Who was I just talking to? I was talking to to a woman the other day who did a lot of traveling for no cost traveling in her 20s and 30s,
Yes.
and then the offers became less as she entered her 40s, right?
Yes.
Viewing the world through boobed-colored glasses.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's very weird. I told you about that. I've talked about this where when I was younger, I got a lot of attention. And it used to really aggravate me because it was really about how fuckable people thought I was, not based on me or anything. I love how the eyebrows went up on both of you at the same time.
I don't have any forehead left.
But here's the thing. As I've gotten older, I recognize, like, I'll be in a room where there's younger women and younger guys will look at me and then they look past me. It's like I'm clearly not there anymore. And then the older guys behave as if they're doing me a favor if they speak to me. So it is frustrating because
Right.
I feel like I'm the same person. I've aged, but.
So what advice would you give to an attractive 22-year-old?
Oh my God. Have as much sex, like enjoy your
You
freedom.
would not say that.
No, I wouldn't say that. You know what I would say is
Yeah.
I wish I knew when I was younger how much power I had. I had no idea the power that the vagina carries. I really didn't know. And I would tell women that are that young to recognize their own personal power and to realize that at some point when they do age, those things that seem important right now aren't going to matter anymore. So to really take a look at that, because they can distinguish between people who legitimately like them and people who just want to have sex with them.
May I take it another step further?
Clearly that was not the answer you wanted.
It's weak.
What?
Well, it's funny. It's kind of like if you're an actor and you've got a famous Hollywood last name, right? Like
Right.
I was listening to Clint Eastwood's boy being interviewed on the podcast the other day, right?
Okay.
So Eastwood, the name, or a famous or a funny like a Jerry Seinfeld, it gives you entree to the community. You know, oh yeah, let's give Clint Eastwood's boy a chance to direct or act or something. So you get entree. Hey, Jerry Seinfeld, I'm going to spend $200 for a ticket. and I'm ready to laugh, so, and Jerry walks on, the first 5 minutes is free. Jerry could talk about, traffic or weather. People are going to be laughing because he gets that 5 minutes for free. After that, you got to start producing.
Right.
Producing laughs, or if you're Eastwood, you got to start producing you got to be a good actor at some point, or you got to be able to direct.
Right.
And as a woman, but you can use that to get into the arena as Eastwood or Seinfeld. You can get to that, but as an attractive woman, maybe you're going to be able to have a mentor. You can learn a business. You can get into a trade, or become, maybe some guy be more apt, or some woman or whatever, be more apt to teach you the stock market or buying and selling expensive automobiles. It allows you to get more options to do things, don't you think?
Yeah.
Shaking her head.
Frank,
Yeah.
what's her name? Patrick, we're going to switch the name to Pat and Tom Show. And she's out, clearly, with that attitude.
Very negative. You start from
Very
30
negative. You were
seconds
shaking
ago.
your head before I even finished my thought.
Am I negative or am I honest? Let's just put that out there. Here's the thing. If you're an Eastwood and you have the name, that's a different kind of a power than a woman with beauty. When a woman has beauty, men have a very difficult time, and women too, seeing past the beauty. When you're attractive, and I know this sounds ridiculous, you have to work harder to show that you're smart, because people assume you've gotten to a certain place because of your beauty. It's not easy when you're an attractive woman to go, I'm going to use this attractability to like build an empire. You need more substance than that. And I hear what you're saying about getting a mentor, but I don't think people automatically want to mentor you because you're attractive.
But you're going to get somebody's attention, and then you have opportunity. Well, of course.
A little more likely than if you're not attractive.
Yeah.
You think it's less likely?
Let's say there's one opening to have at Wall Street to become a trader, and the guy's got two choices. Or, I'll pick this. And now that you've changed your life, because now you're going to learn. And I hate to think of it as like an old guy making a selection. I'm just saying, just in life, people just, women like attractive women around. Everybody likes beauty. Everybody's trying to acquire beauty, beautiful purses or houses or cars or buildings and things like that. So an attractive person is an asset regardless of sex and even sexuality.
See how I kept nodding my head yes, so you wouldn't feel hurt.
Yeah, but inside she was
shaking like this, like a leaf. Like a paint shaker at Walmart.
Here's what I love about men telling women how they can.
Let me tell you how women think, okay? Listen up. Get a pencil.
Mansplain show.
Sit down.
Historically, attractive women have been treated worse than unattractive women. Historically, I think times are changing now because women have more opportunities to actually participate in job opportunities that they hadn't before, and it's not always based on looks. But historically, and especially from my era, I certainly got farther.
That's the Stone Age?
Yes. In the 70s and 80s is when I was really doing my thing. So yeah, I fully admit. I'm gonna be 60. I admit that. But I know you love every time I say, wait, in 6 months I'll be 60.
You're like a kid who's counting on the Christmas.
I'm excited. But the thing about attractive women, I'm not speaking to men because I haven't had that experience. Attractive women really do struggle because the number one thing you're known for is your physical appearance, which really has nothing to do with you. I hear what you're saying about getting a mentor, but I disagree with you. I think it's harder for women that are attractive because you're perceived in a different way. And unfortunately, other women are jealous of attractive women. And that's why. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, that's why I said why.
Because
we're over our limit, by the way.
We have been taught as women that other women are our competition, and they're clearly not. And so, like in dating relationships and in jobs, if I'm 60 and I'm working in an office and a 20-something comes in, I've been taught, you better watch out, there's some fresh meat there. Instead of, wow, isn't this great? This is an opportunity to mentor a young girl and teach her all the things I wish I would have known. We're just now getting to the point where we can do that, where we can be secure enough in ourselves to do that, to mentor each other. I'm telling you, in the world, women have been taught that we are each other's competition. Well, and I know you're confused about this, but just take a minute with it.
No, woman explained to me, hey, Tom Brady has the same thing. Tom Brady he never wanted to teach Jimmy Garoppolo about how to be a quarterback for the Patriots. So it's just not a female thing. It's just a competition thing.
I'm sick. I can only speak.
Are you going to be more or less afraid of a super attractive 25-year-old or somebody who's unattractive that enters the office?
Well, I will say, because I'm 60 now and I'm I'm not viable anymore. I'm not really threatened by younger women, and I think that I would be more threatened by someone who I thought was devious as opposed to someone who was attractive.
Okay, I get it. But you don't think that being attractive gives you any entree to any opportunities?
Absolutely, it does.
It doesn't?
It does.
Well, that's what my point is. And I'm saying use those opportunities to build a base and build a foundation that you can trade on after maybe you're not as attractive anymore.
But what I'm trying to say is, it's a different kind of a buildup, because for women that are attractive, you're only seen as a physical being, and it's much harder.
I know, but yes, so people will accept you, but they're still going to want to have that. I don't want to argue. You absolutely, we're coming from two different angles on this, but I'm saying it's a chip that allows entree to different.
I'm really thirsty. I just need a cocktail right now.
Yeah, I feel like that poisoned the well. Yeah, I have a beer.
I've always had an advantage. You know what? I forgot my drink.
There's no brand placement here, though. I got it covered in a koozie.
You're smart. You're smart. One of the funniest conversations we had on our show was, do you remember, Tom, we were talking about dating, and Patrick, it's one of my favorite moments. Patrick said, well, I don't really have to do anything. They always come to me. You remember that, Patrick?
I kind of do.
Hi. What are you talking? What is this dating you're speaking?
Dating, I just point. like Elvis at the stadium. Bring her to me. Thank you very much.
I'll take her.
He thinks he's sitting on 3 pillows, big oversized pillows. They look like dog beds. He thinks he's a sultan.
Can go now. Yes, attractive people always have an advantage. It is different for women that are attractive. You're seen as a sexual object. It's
of course. Oh, no, that's a problem. That's an absolute problem. I admit that as an absolute problem because you're sexualized. As a matter of fact, we're having a kind of a problem here in the Tampa Bay comedy community that just came out today. One of the ladies that, 27 years old, she's been a comic for a couple, 3-4 years. She says, I'm done. Too much bullshit, too many dick pics, too many guys grabbing at me, too many guys disrespecting me, introducing me at an open mic. Oh, here's a pretty little thing. Come on, let's see what she's got to say. Some simple things that she's got to say. Bring it up. Let's bring it together. It's like, she goes, it's got to stop. This is ridiculous. You can't look at us like that.
It's painful. Yeah.
No, I agree. It's funny because I was talking to my girls today. I says, women and men are completely different. At 10 o'clock, I'm walking to the underground parking in Tampa, downtown Tampa. I don't have my car keys clutched to my fist. I'm not grabbing my wallet. I'm not in any fear at all. Whereas a woman going there, her life is different. She's grabbing the car keys. She's heads on a swivel, clutching a purse and walking lively.
Even as an older woman, when I would travel, if I was in a weird place and I had to walk at night, I would call my sister or someone and talk to them while I was going somewhere distant,
I've never done it. Never will do it.
Happen.
Yeah. No. It's a whole other world that I was really oblivious to, really, up until about 10, 15 years ago. Huh?
Yeah. How would you know?
No,
I mean,
exactly.
Patrick, what about you? Do you have to call a friend when you walk at night?
No, I don't, but I do sympathize with that. I mean, there's such a physical mismatch between men and women. I don't know how a woman would ever allow herself in a room with a man unless she. It's incredible to me that women respond to hookup requests and so forth. Like these men are animals. So
yeah, no, it's really true.
It'll be broadcast throughout the entire.
But it's because honestly, women have such a nurturing heart that we kind of overlook the scary stuff because we love relationships, right? We love nurturing, and we're always hoping for the best. And that's really what breaks it down when, there's always the fear of something bad is going to happen. So when you go on a date, you try to go to a public place. You try to go somewhere safe. You don't go in someone's car, but you hope.
Let me make this point. I think I had a little point of sympathy. I had a good friend come over, a man.
Okay.
And he did, sorry.
Wasn't somebody pointed at the mall?
But and he had just purchased a gun, right? He had a gun. He had a holster and a gun. He had a carrier permit. You know, he had a gun.
Okay.
And he put it there on the counter. And he wanted, you know, he's like, hey, check it out. He got a gun, you know. And I'm like, okay, you know. And but I was uneasy, even though he's a good friend. I'm like, if he got it in his head right now, he could kill me.
Yeah.
And it has to be a similar feeling for women. It's like,
It's intimidation.
this guy goes berserk right now. I'm totally, you know.
Yes.
The physical mismatch is you know, and it's like I've never really felt that. I'm like, where a guy, I was worried about a guy that he actually could kill me if he wanted.
Well, it's funny. I was on Facebook one time and, you know, just flipping through what this, that, and checking on different conversations. And there was this picture of a very attractive man, you know, but built big.
Okay.
And women were like, oh, I'll take 16 pounds of that, you know, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's loving on this guy. Well, why not? There's no reason why not.
Okay.
And then one girl said, no way, I never would date him. And I followed the conversation, and the punchline was, she says, I hate being with a man that's that strong. I would feel like he could overwhelm me at any time. I said, gosh, there's a thought that I never would have in my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely consider that. I personally don't date muscle builder guys because I feel like that tells me a lot about where they spend their spare time. And
I know, but just the physical, you know, intimidation of a guy being so strong that you would have very little resistance.
Yeah, most all of you could kill us. I mean,
yeah, but I'm saying that's in your face.
Yeah, no, it's
if you play your cards right.
But one can only hope it's in my face.
Oh, I thought you said mace. It reminded me of that joke. It's like, doctor, every time I have sex, I have this stinging in my eyes. He said, well, that's mace.
Patrick is on fire.
I have this stinging in my eye when I drink coffee. We'll take the spoon out of the cup.
You know, that was one of my stand-up jokes. One of the first jokes that I created was about how guys like to put their dick close to your face.
A dick joke at a comedy club? I've never heard of that.
What?
That's crazy.
The boy. Yeah. Well, because you had to do that. You had to. Yeah. But why do guys do that? What's the big deal?
We're always trying to measure it.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Dominating and so forth.
It feels dominating.
Another point I wanted to make, something I saw on the Facebook.
Yes.
Use the wasp spray, self-defense.
Yes, I bought 2 cans.
I thought that was a good idea.
Yes. You know what? My dad was in the military, and one of the things they taught all the wives, we had to go to these meetings when the guys got to sea, and the one thing that I'll never forget, they taught all the women to have a can of spray starch by their bed, because that's something we all had, and if anybody attacked you, to spray them with the spray starch so you could run away.
So I thought it was just to keep something stiff.
This is before Viagra.
And again.
On that note,
and there was Niagara. So.
Oh my God.
All right, he's not invited back.
On a roll. Hey, listen, you guys, like, keep up with the weather. I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow. That tropical storm is hitting us. It was supposed to start at 3 a.m. It's already.
This could be Melinda's swan song. Patrick, we could cash in on this last video of Melinda.
Last video. I don't know. I'm nervous.
We're way over our allotted time.
Well, you know, I mean, we had to fit in the sex and the dick jokes and the sprays, and it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Bye. All right. Well, Patrick, thanks for stopping by and joining us.
Thanks for the invite. It was fun.
Yes, we missed you.
My name's Tom Wise.
I'm Melinda McKinesy.
You've made the right choice. You tuned into Unpacking a bunch of SHI.
Really?
Star.
And what's your name?
What's your name, son?
Patrick Wise.
All right, there you go. I'll see you Wednesday. We'll get the show out early.
Yes.
All right.
See you then. Bye, guys.
Bye.